cook with frozen veal because it is frozen and these chops are, let's say, a little bit more on the thinner side. They will stay much more juicy. Nice, beautiful veal chops, huh? Lovely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a clove of garlic and we're going to peel that. So we're going to take that and just chop those up like this. Okay.
So this recipe that you're working on, John, would you classify it as an easy?
This is very easy. The idea here, of course, was that you didn't have to work very hard. You could just come home, pull them right out of the freezer, make a quick marinade. So we take our lemon. We also push down on it a little bit to loosen up all the flesh inside there, Nancy, see?
Okay.
Right? And then we use our fillet knife and cut it right down. And that's a sharp one. It looks beautiful. And then we just squeeze some lemon juice in there. And what we need also then is our olive oil and our pepper mill. And that's all we have. And then all we need is a brush, Nancy. Take some nice of these little mini potatoes, right? Fresh Ontario. Put some of these in. And boy, I love garlic, so we're going to put some more garlic in these. And all you do is take that off, throw one in, hit it slightly.
So you're not going to, you're just going to throw them in whole.
Throw those right in like that,
okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to take a little bit of cracked pepper, put that in there.
Oh, more salt.
Okay. More salt, got that? Beautiful, lovely. Okay. And these are parsley stalks, they just add a little bit of flavor. So we take our mushrooms, make sure our head is out like this. Beautiful. That goes in the garbage. And then we just take these and slice them like that. And we want to slice those at about a little bit less than a 1/4 inch because we're going to grill them real fast with our veal chops.
Have you chosen this type of mushroom for a reason, John?
Yeah, because we have a nice big slice here and they fit on the grill very nicely for us, you see. Right next to our veal chops. Right? And we're going to pour our marinade over those afterwards.
And what are the name of these mushrooms?
These are portobello mushrooms. Right? Nice big portobello mushrooms. Right? Nice and water and juicy, and they're very good on the barbecue. Nice and big. Alright? And then we have 2 choices of tomatoes, and I think I'm going to use the Roma tomatoes because they're in season right now. And we're just going to slice those right in half like that. Alright? You see we open up. And then we'll take our knife and just take the little gut out of it there. Just like that. And then we'll put those just here too. That'll be for our marinade as well. So that's an Italian Roma style tomato. And this is our chili, a Roma pepper. And what we're going to do is just slice this straight down the middle here. And then you have your seeds in there. Now Nancy, you don't want to touch those seeds because they're hot.
Okay.
Right? And you get them on your hands. Some people want to wear gloves and so on. What I do is just hold them like that, and if you use your knife carefully, you can do this. And you know, you can also leave the seeds in, but I like to take them out because then you can eat them straight away.
So the seeds are hot. What about the actual pepper?
The pepper is mildly hot, but it is really the seeds that hold on to all the oil, right? And all that oil is actually where you get most of your heat. So our tomatoes, our mushrooms, we got our boiling for potatoes, and we have a parsley for garnish. There's our potatoes. So they're going to, Nancy, take on a little bit of garlic flavor, a little bit of parsley flavor, but that's really light. And what I do here is I just cut them all here off at once, and then cut them here. And then what we'll do is just take a little grill fast. All right?
Great.
So now we're going to make some mango salsa. That's a nice fresh summer idea. Okay, so here's where your seed starts there, and you see it's a little bit oblong.
Yes.
So what we do is we start on this side because you can see the seed.
Yes.
And you're just going to go a bit of on an angle like this. And you go right around the seed. You see? Okay. So that's where your seed starts, right there. With that. All right. And then what I do is take this, slice it in half, and then you can take your knife here. Right along the skin, and you have your mango flesh.
So when you're buying a mango, what are you actually looking for in texture? Do they need to be soft, firm? What would you recommend?
These are going to be, what you should look for is something that is soft and like a really ripe, almost not quite as light as a peach.
Okay.
But you'll be able to put your fingers in it. So these, when you're making salsa, I like to pick ones that are a little bit firmer, but you can see it's going to stay in, right?
Yep.
When you press in, it's going to stay in, and that's a sign of ripe. Right?
Okay.
Right. You can also look for a little bit darker color, right? Because they do darken up when they ripen a little bit. Okay.
Yep.
Right, so here's a mango. We just shaved that a little bit. So what we're going to do is just cut along here, because we want to have some nice uniform pieces so they marinate properly, just like that, see? And one mango is going to be enough. Probably you have some extra, but this is enough for 2 veal chops. So we'll just put that right in here. And then we're going to put a little bit of red pepper in. It also makes it a little bit crunchier. So you get that blend of 2 different styles, crunchy and soft. Nice color.
And you're calling this a mango?
This is a mango salsa.
Salsa, okay.
So the other thing we need is our, normally I would use red onions, but they were too big at the market, so I'm going to use these white sweet onions.
I noticed you're not crying when you do that onion, John.
Yeah, because these are real sweet. They make me happy, man.
Oh, okay. So sweet onions don't make you cry.
That's right. Okay, we'll mix those in. We'll take a little bit of lime. And I like the limes that are a little bit more on the sweeter side than lemon, not as harsh.
Okay.
And they mix with everything. And then we're going to take a little bit jalapeno here. And you remember what I said about the seeds? Now,
yes.
There you go, the seeds again. We're only
The
going
seeds are hot.
We're only going to use half. So here, you can use our little knife here, and what I do is just cut the edge there, and then kind of like how we did the mango, just split it, and then take all that off with you. Then you don't have to touch the seeds at all. And 2 is put a little bit of white wine vinegar in the salsa, a little bit of our salt, right? A little bit of our pepper, like this.
Now this salt that you're using looks a bit coarse, is that?
Yeah, coarse. The water break down as the salsa marinates a little bit. The water comes out of the onions and the vegetables and the jalapenos, and that'll melt the salt. But that is like a natural salt. Rock salt is natural. We'll take a few of these chives. We'll put these in. And Nancy, if you can just grab a spoon and just toss that around a little bit. And what we can also do is put a little tiny bit of sugar in there as well. And then we want to let that sit for about 2 hours. Nice color, beautiful, fresh. All we do is drain those, pull the garlic out like this.
So the garlic has gone into the potatoes.
Well,
for
what
flavor.
you've made, Nancy, is like a garlic water, right? So they're cooking in garlic water, and they pick up the garlic flavor. So you have a nice, lightly mild, and as also the garlic cooks in the water, it becomes milder, right? It's not very sharp. So you have a nice sweet potato now.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll just take those, put them in this dish here. Here, let me take our potatoes, just put them in there lovely like that. Olive oil. Next time we'll get some more virgin. All right, and a little bit of parsley. So you always bring your heat up to very, very high, and then you turn it down a little bit to about a medium high, and that's how we're going to grill the veal chops.
Medium
but
high.
We want to have a nice, clean surface, not any chunks of carbon on there and stuff that are going to pick up on the veal chops. Huh?
And you've used oil and just an old rag.
And we're going to take our olive oil, garlic, and lemon. Pour a little bit of that on there. About the same time, we can kind of put them all on at once. I like to put the tomatoes on just a little bit early. And finally, our veal chops. So we're going to grill those for about 3 minutes. So here we just turn them over. And we're going to turn everything over only once. Remember I said it was nice and easy? So we turn everything over once. You see our peppers at the back of the grill. They're going to get a nice color on them. And finally, our veal chops. Take our feta cheese and just put a little bit on those tomatoes. Okay, we're going to close our grill just for another minute or 2 minutes. Nancy, our veal chops are done. So we're going to take our veal chops back on the platter, take our mushrooms, put them here.
John, you make this look so simple.
Easy, that's what we like. Peppers there. And our green onions. So here we have a nice dinner for four, foraged veal chops, a different selection for our guests, grilled mushrooms, grilled Roma peppers, grilled green onions, and our nice little bit of Italian Greek twist there with a tomato with feta cheese on top. Our mango salsa, our fresh garlic, mini potatoes, fresh salad. This is our 10-minute veal chop.
You're right, 10 minutes.
And we have a wonderful meal here. And you can invite guests and have different toppings and so on, but Provitello veal chops, 10 minutes, beautiful meal.
Great.
What do you think?
It looks great. For more veal recipes, go to vealrecipes.com.